Klobuchar.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I'll start with you, Senator Blackwell. Well, you soon to be Judge Blackwell, sorry. You have represented businesses, large and small, as well as people in consumer protection, private civil cases. You've tried cases in federal courts, in state courts in 47 states, serving as the lead trial counsel in over 100 cases, arguing appeals in front of the 7th, 8th, and 9th circuits. Can you speak to your experience as a civil litigator and talk about your decision as being an incredibly successful lawyer at this stage in your career to decide you want to serve on the bench?
Thank you, Senator. It's been a wonderful opportunity and learning as a civil litigator, and I've been somewhat of a generalist for years as a plaintiff's lawyer initially, handling even involved in large cases, mass torts, and after 4 or 5 years starting to do more defense work. So I've done a smattering of work, from complex civil to MDLs, class actions. I was for years a lawyer for Prince, and so on it goes. It's been wonderful practice, at least to say, leading up to being a judge. One thing I learned in complex civil litigation is that it's always learning. Every case is new. Every case involves things you need to learn. That, to me, is very much like I'm expecting the experience to be of being a district court judge. Every case brings things that are new. It's perpetual learning. And you have to get comfortable with what I call gray areas. That is, the areas where they're not clear right or wrong answers. They're just solutions that work better than some other solutions. Mm-hmm. So that's some of what I've taken away from the practice.
Okay. Did you say you were a lawyer for Prince?
That did happen, yes.
Okay, yeah. Well, I was just thinking of, I could ask Senator Kennedy a series of questions about different Prince songs, but I will leave that. I will leave that for later. So I see that Senator...
About what? I didn't hear that.
He was the lawyer for Prince, which is not an easy thing to do, and I thought there's many interesting Prince songs that I could ask you about in kind of our own question and answer. So yeah, this is the Prince color, that's right. So I see that Senator Tillis is here, and I know you are just a proud person growing up in North Carolina. Your parents, you told your whole story. Just that experience of having your dad, truck driver, your mom sick from when you were 5 on, I believe, and just your decision then to just keep going and go to college, go to law school, your brother becoming a police sergeant. What that experience, you talked about the experience itself, but what that gives you on the bench.
It gives me a heart to serve, first of all, because so much has been sort of given to me by the universe all around me, and I wanted to reach a point in the career where I could devote myself purely to service. And it gives me experience with a broad spectrum of people. I mean, most of the folks I have known in my formative years are working class people. There were people that worked with their hands, and we didn't know anybody in my neighborhood who went to college. And so it gave me an appreciation for those kind of values, for the folks that work with the hands, with heart. And I broadened that spectrum over the years now with the education. But I take to the bench that there will be a broad spectrum of humanity that will appear before the courts also. And I'm grateful to have had a broad background and experience in dealing with people.
Thank you. Mr. DeZino, I figure someone's got to ask you a question, so I will, because, you know, you got your family there and everything. For 8 years, you served as an assistant U.S. attorney. You then spent 2 years as an associate deputy attorney general at the Department of Justice, focusing on national security, it was noted. And you spent time working here on the Senate Judiciary Committee. Can you discuss what you learned in these roles and how they will inform your approach in the job for which you're nominated?
Thank you, Senator. So in my role here, we always accounted for government equities, looking at national security authorities, especially with the reauthorization of Section 702 back in 2018, the Senate passage of the USA Freedom Act reauthorization in 2020, and like I said, we always tried to look at the government equities and their arguments for strengthening or keeping their programs and authorities in place, while also keeping an open mind and listening to civil society, civil liberties groups, and understanding the impact that some of these authorities have on American citizens, and try to weigh those competing interests.
Okay, thanks. My last question, Mr. Chair, quickly. Ms. Nardici, Durbin's going to love this question. You have practiced law. You currently focus on complex commercial litigation. Much of your work has involved antitrust issues, where you've represented both defendants and plaintiffs, including class action lawsuits. How will your expertise in antitrust law assist you as a district court judge if you are confirmed?
Thank you, Senator Klobuchar. I know antitrust is near and dear to your heart, as it is to mine. I've gained a lot of experience in federal court, litigating antitrust matters, and it's given me expertise not only in the substantive area of the law, a lot of other areas of law that it intersects with, as well as complex procedures like multi-district litigations and class actions. And I think I can bring all that experience to bear if I'm fortunate enough to be confirmed.
Very good. Thank you.